In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these two wooden patio chairs. I'll have the build plans linked below in the description if anybody's interested. I made these out of cedar, but these could be made out of pressure treated lumber to keep the price down. This is just 2x4s and a 2x6. I'm going to cut the front legs, two of them at 23.5 inches. Then the armrest supports, two of those at 22.5 inches. And the two back legs are 24 inches with parallel 15-degree angles on each end. The one 2x6 piece that we need for this build is 23 inches, and that'll be the front support that holds the front legs together. For the seat slats and the back slats and the armrest, I use fence pickets, but you could use 1x4s. I ripped them down to 1x4 size, 3.5 inches. We're going to start with the front legs. These are the 23.5 inch pieces. I'm going to measure 9 inches up on both sides, around both pieces. Draw a straight line across. Once I have the 9-inch line marked, I'm going to put my 2x6 piece right on top of that line and trace the outline of it. I'm going to do that to both pieces, and then we're going to cut out a notch with the table saw. It should look like this. Just raise my blade up to the height to that line, and then just slowly with the table saw cut out the notch on both pieces. This can be done with most miter saws too, cutting these notches. If you're using a table saw, just watch your fingers. Once both notches are cut, we'll add some exterior wood glue, and then that 2x6 piece should fit right in there nice and snug. You can add a 2.5 inch screw to the back side of it if you want to help it hold it in place while the glue dries. I ended up doing that later on. It's not really needed though if it's a nice snug fit. Once it's in place, we'll just set it aside and let the glue dry, and we'll get started on the back legs. These are the 22.5 inch armrest supports. I'm measuring 15 inches over on each one, and then this is where the back leg's gonna go, is on that 15-inch mark. Using 2.5 inch wood screws and exterior wood glue here. And these are going to be mirror images of each other. And once these are attached, we can add it to the front legs. That armrest support's just going to go flush up against the front leg. And we'll use 2.5 inch deck screws to hold that in place with some wood glue. And then for the other side, the same thing. Used 4 screws here and the wood glue to hold it all in place. These two pieces are 20.5 inches with a 15-degree angle on one end. Then I added pocket holes to one end of each piece. And we're screwing it to the 2x6 support piece on the front, flush with the top on each side. Then we'll come back with a level and put it on those support pieces to make sure it's level, of course. Then we'll add some 2.5 inch deck screws right into the back leg. We'll do this on both sides. This is another one of those projects where it looks difficult, but it's pretty easy. So if you're a beginner, you can do it. Just take your time. Next, this piece is 20.5 inches. Pocket holes on each end. And we're going to screw it right to the back legs. This will hold the chair together. 2.5 inch pocket hole screws and exterior wood glue. I'm putting it right underneath those 20.5 inch pieces, so they'll be resting on it. These two pieces are the back supports. They're 24.5 inches long with a 15-degree angle on one end. And that 15-degree angle is going to sit flush on that 2x4 piece that we just put on there. Right up against the other angled pieces that are 20.5 inches. We're going to use 2.5 inch deck screws to hold everything in place. And we're going to screw them right into the armrest as well. And once these pieces are attached, you can see the chair coming together quite nicely, taking shape. Next, we're going to cut the slats. These are just the fence pickets. I'm cutting 5 of them at 17.5 inches long and 5 of them at 20.5 inches long. And the 2 armrest pieces are going to be 24 inches long. I'm going to rip these down to 3.5 inches. You don't have to, you can just use the 5.5 inch width of these, but I like the thinner boards. I think it looks nicer in my opinion, but you do you. You would be saving some wood if you did it that way. And once we get all these cut, we'll move over to the table saw. Set it at 3.5 inches and start ripping all the boards. I'm actually making 2 chairs, so I have double of what I just told y'all. And the 20.5 inches are going to be the seat slats. There'll be 5 of those spaced evenly apart, and then 5 17.5 inch pieces spaced evenly apart for the back slats. You can use screws. Screws are probably preferred here. I was just using brad nails to hold it all in place. And then for the armrest, these are the 24 inch pieces. They fit nicely there on the armrest supports. Adding wood glue, using brad nails again here. Once those are on, I'll come back with a paint can and trace a round edge there on each side. And take my jigsaw and cut along the line very carefully. Then with my orbital sander, I'll clean up any of the rough edges. And just like that, we have our patio chairs. Build plans are linked below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.